Okay, this is the first edition of the Wiffle Lives 2008 podcast. I'm Adam Sparks, and with me today is pitcher for John Backey's team, Dan McKernan. Does the team have a name yet, Dan?
Not yet. We need to find something that's will cripple you in fear, and we haven't figured that quite out yet.
Now, are we supposed to be afraid of you because of pillow fighting or maybe ballet dancing? Or?
What we have is, in our manager, John Backey, we already have someone who is willing to look at our entire lineup. He drafted with specific positions in mind. He's put together a lineup that is strong in running and hitting, and our pitching is just pretty much damn unstoppable.
So you're pretty confident that you can bring a 4-pitch rotation with a single-sided, the 4-slot wiffle ball, or is it 5 slots on a wiffle ball?
I actually I don't want to overstep, but I actually think I can bring a 5th pitch. I think I will have a knuckleball learned before the actual game.
And knuckleball can play hell on a catcher who's not, using a mitt at all. Are you worried at all about, damaging a teammate?
No, not really, because it comes in nice and light. They might not be able to catch it, but as long as they can knock it down, you guys will be swinging at him and you'll be missing him, so it really won't make a difference. And if the knuckler doesn't work, I still have the other 4 pitches to go back to.
Why don't you let us know what those other 4 pitches are, Dan?
I can't do that.
No!
I've been forbidden by our manager to let you know ahead of time what those pitches would be. Pretty much, he only authorized me to say that I have 4 pitches, that we have 3 pitchers, that we have a setup man and a closer, and one of them is a lefty. We are well organized.
How do you feel that you stack up against starting pitcher for Karen Jackson's team, Logan Walters?
I respect Logan. I feel honored just to play in the same game as him. But I'm pretty much going to kick his ass.
There's rumors, actually, that his mustache has a higher ERA than
you. His mustache is intimidating. I'll admit that. But I'll ask you this, Adam Sparks. Have you ever seen me and Bob Gibson in the same place at the same time?
No, I have not.
Exactly. One of us is a Hall of Fame pitcher who can bring a fastball well into the 90s, and the other one of us is Bob Gibson. So you figure it out.
Nicely spoken. There's also been some press that Jeff Abbott has been your mentor in wiffle ball pitching. Are you in fact only going to handle the ball with one hand for the entire tournament?
Well, see, the beautiful thing about pitching against you guys is I really don't need a glove hand. I'm not going to need to field anything, so yeah, I guess he has kind of been my mentor, at least my inspiration. I'm going to get hit with something, I know it.
That's pretty likely. So we've been looking at some YouTube videos here. Maybe something for our listeners to check out. Just go ahead and Google
Wiffle ball pitch.
Wiffle ball, Wiffle Kings seems to be a popular one here. Dan, can we expect some pitches like this out of you?
Yeah. The phrase dirty wiffle ball pitch, for the record, I don't think it's dirty. I think it's just a good pitch. It seems clean. I also would like to mention at this point, all of our team has been tested. None of them are on steroids or human growth hormone. And I challenge Karen Jackson to do the same with her team. I challenge her to.
Calling out Karen Jackson on her team's performance-enhancing drug usage.
I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. No, there's some great YouTube
Are you suggesting
video.
that Karen Jackson is hormonal?
That is a trap I will not walk into.
Fair enough.
I think she's a wonderful manager, and I feel honored to play in the same game as her.
All right, so for those of you listening, you can check out, I think a dirty wiffle ball pitch would be a good search input at youtube.com.
If you want to get an idea what I'm going to be throwing at you, it's probably a good idea.
And I can describe that for you. It's actually a gentleman throwing what appears to be some sort of an insane breaking ball down a narrow corridor of what appears to be a dormitory or some sort of domicile. Dan, when did you begin pitching in wiffle ball?
My wiffle ball pitching career began somewhere around 1944. I was called up when most of the major leaguers were at war, and I was originally a replacement player.
How old are you, Dan?
I'm actually 97.
That's impressive. You look pretty good for your age.
I take pride in that, I take care of my skin. That's all I can say.
Okay, so thanks for joining us today. Just wanted to have a correction out there. That's actually Jim Abbott. My apologies to Jim Abbott and his stump for renaming him Jeff.
I washed my hands with that one, dude.
Okay. All right. So I'd like to thank Dan McKernan for being with us today. Thanks for being with us, Dan.
It was my pleasure.
All right, and hopefully we'll have somebody in tomorrow. We're thinking maybe Logan Walters can reply to the fact that Dan is going to beat him mercilessly and shave his mustache.
I hadn't thought of shaving his mustache, but I think that would be a good bet to put up on the line here. His mustache versus something of mine. I'm willing to do it.
You'll shave something, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'll grow a mustache just like a shave. I won't worry about it. I'll shave my goatee. It doesn't bother me. I know I won't have to.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a call out. So thanks for listening to the Wiffle Lives 08 podcast number 1, and we'll hear from you again tomorrow.